And finally, the last question or last set of questions: what do I do if I am not able to meditate? My mind constantly blabber. How do I meditate? My environment or people don't let me meditate. What can I do? Or I tried many times, I failed. How can I succeed this time? Or are there any methods to prepare my mind or body for meditation? So we'll answer that very quickly, because I know we are at 4 o'clock. I'm really sorry, guys, for taking that much time. But let me go through the text so you know what we are going to talk about. So if you're not able to meditate, these are some of the things you can follow, which is, uh, remember to use something as an anchor. It can be a breath, object. Breath is breathing, basically, you inhaling or exhaling, breath coming in or going out. You can follow that, or you can follow on your on your nostril or body part. Basically, you can feel the, when you breathe in, you feel the cold sensation of fresh air. When you breathe out, you can uh, feel the warm sensation of the air coming out from your body. So again, a fascinating stuff. You notice so much. So use something as an anchor. Anchor is basically something where you come back to, no matter where your mind takes you away, where your mind takes you from where you are. Like, give different thought, different situation, present, past, future, or imagination, or anything. It'll come back to that anchor. So remember to keep it back to that anchor, bring it back to that anchor. Or anchor could be your object, any object, your body part, your thought. Say, I want to focus on this thought, like contemplative meditation, that's what people do. Or sound, if you're hearing body sound, you're hearing natural sound, you're hearing your sound of your soul, you can bring it back always. It's easier to bring your attention back because you can always focus on, oh, I was listening to this sound, but I started thinking. Like, when you hear music, we hear this music, at times we are singing along, but at times we get lost in some thought. So folk idea is to not get lost and think something about that, but enjoy that music. That is what is sound meditation as well, or anything that you can focus on, but use an anchor so that you know where you can give your mind, get your mind from. You can use some yoga postures, basically some practices like postures that strengthens your body, that prepares your body for uh, better awareness. Even something like deep breathing. I think I have mentioned this somewhere. uh, Deep and slow breath, fourth bullet point, right? If you breathe deeply and slowly, you will get your mind from wherever it was. It will help you focus. All these things will help you focus when you are sitting for meditation or trying to do meditation anywhere, following any techniques. Yoga posture is one, using deep and slow breath. That is really good. Some of the technique, yogic technique, basically yoga techniques we call. Shambhavi is basically one technique where the name originates from, again, Sanatan Dharma, Hindu religion, that they call, people call, but it's name of one of the goddesses, basically. And you roll your eyes up while not closing your eyes and take your attention. You will see your attention goes to your third eye. That is something that helps you bring your attention back. So you will see over the period of time your attention improving. Brahmari is basically a Hindi word for a loose translation can be a bee, a black bee. Like, what bee does, um, makes a sound, but at the same time, this thing uh, uses the wing. But basically, this particular posture talks about, again, you use your eyes, don't close your eyes completely, but at the same time make this sound. Or pranayam is basically practicing your breathing, basically. So you do that, you will see, and you will get this information on internet. So I don't want to talk about too much about these things. um, a three-step breathing, I don't know if you'll find too much. I think you'll find information on three-step breathing also. It is basically taking the breath as three steps: inhaling, holding, exhaling. Holding, inhaling, exhaling, holding. um, to learn that in your free time, when you're lying down on couch or bed or whatever, use a heavy object like heavy book, like thick book, like encyclopedia or dictionary, thick dictionary, and keep it on your stomach. You will see your breathing improves over a period of time. That will help you a lot in meditation, no matter what technique you follow. Set the right expectation. Don't expect to succeed in all the meditation settings or anytime you meditate. It's okay to fail. Many times we fail. Many times we fail. Many times. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times. Nikola Tesla failed so many times. Many of the people we consider to be the best in their field, they failed many times. That is okay. Failures will come again with the expectation. Failures will come, but do not get rattled. Do not think that you are not entitled, you don't know how to do, you can never succeed, or you don't have the right set, you don't have the right mind, you don't have the right environment, you don't have the right people, you don't have the right family, or money, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter at all. Who you are, where you are, does not matter. Don't get rattled by failures. Just remember, what defines success between failure is not whether you falter or not, but what you do after you falter. Whether you get up and try again or you give up. When you give up, it is considered as failure. When you try, it is considered a try. When you succeed, it becomes success. Just remember that. Know that success depends on only one thing: consistency. Trying, that is what we were talking about earlier. The more you try, the more and more you try, the better the likelihood would be for your success, and the success would come. When you increase the likelihood of something, you increase your chances of success, and eventually you will get there. So just remember that. Keep yourself motivated and others, or use others to motivate you. If you have people like this group is perfect example, where people give each other positive energies. Where people think of someone's good and try to help people out. That is how we were able to make this group such a nice group. Over a period of couple of 1.5 years, we've been having really nice meetings, everyone showing up with different ideas, experiencing, being open to share their struggles, pains, success. And that is why this group is such a warm group of people contributing so much. That is why so many people have seen their lives changing so much. So use either something to motivate you or find those people who can motivate you. If you find it difficult, these are some practical tips. Last two, which is keep stones or marbles to track how you're doing. What you can do is you can keep some marbles or stones with you when you are trying to meditate. Then every time you deviate from what you're trying to focus on, from your anchor, move that marble to one side. Keep them collected in one side, and whenever you catch yourself that, oh, my mind went to somewhere else, move this marble somewhere. Then again you focus on that anchor. Again you'll see yourself going through some thought, your mind taking you somewhere, move the other marble or stone. You will see initially that you are able to put all the marbles that you collect or stones that you collect to the other side, because mind goes so much. But eventually you will be able to see that with your practice, the marbles that you have to move there with every deviation start to get smaller. That chunk starts to get smaller, and the original chunk where you put the marbles on your focus or your attention, that starts to increase. Initially it will be depleted completely, it will be empty, because every time, by the time you'll finish your meditation, all the marbles will be on the other side, or stones will be on the other side. But eventually you will see that uh, less and less marbles move over to the deviation. And finally, keep a notepad or to track of your progress. You can really bad example, but in movies you would have seen at least in prison what people do, or in war prison what people do, how do they keep track of the calendar days or days. They do these lines 1 2 3 4 and 5. That's how they track. So you can keep track of how many times your mind is deviating and see over a period of time just decreasing. The other thing with Notepad that is important, people specifically if they are contemplating, it can come in other techniques also, is you will get really different ideas, really innovative, good, unique ideas. You may want to write them down, and rather than getting up and you saying, okay, I will write down once I get up from my practice, take that and write that down. That will be really helpful. I have quite a lot of comments. I'm just gonna go through this. Um, Laura, thank you, Laura. Um, then Shana, I'm confused about breath. Is the breath a form of meditation? I have a book on it, The Meditative Path. I mean, focusing on breath to meditate. Yes, breath is a form of meditation. It is actually something that Lord Buddha followed to reach enlightenment. Laura said, I really needed this today. Thank you, Laura. Uh, if you follow the point that I've mentioned here, you will be able to see that uh, even if you're not able to make progress or you think you are not able to make progress, you will be able to. One thing just to remember is even if you think you are failing or not being able to do, trust me when I say that each attempt of yours adds. Don't think that you sat at one time and then it went away, you did not do for some time. Well, for it to be effective, it is important that you are consistent. But even if you are not able to be consistent, any attempt will not go waste. It'll help. Just remember to keep that attempt. And taking a comment from Joe, thank you, Vikas. This was a comprehensive presentation on meditation with many great ideas and techniques. I look forward to try. Oh, thank you, Joe. Thank you so much for that. Um, and Jacob mentioned it was motivating. So I guess I'm pretty done with this. I wanted you to remember these points as well when you try and you're not able to meditate. And just remember peaks and valleys. Even if you're not able to meditate, that's fine. Remember peaks and valleys. Life is also peaks and valleys. Sometimes you are able to meditate, sometimes you are not able to meditate. Sometimes you have favorable circumstances, sometimes you don't have favorable circumstances. Just remember that. As long as you don't give up, whether you make consistently or you have make regular practice or schedule, that's okay. Nothing will go waste.